What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another video. Where we left off last video was we welded these plates in. Well, we waited one in. Let me go ahead and show you. I went ahead and finished it off yesterday. As you can see, not the prettiest weld by far, but it will get the job done. I did have a few issues with pitting or puncturing through the actual metal in the chassis, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Probably put some backing on it and re-weld this. But like I said, not the prettiest. It's gonna be a lot of work to make it pretty, but just keep watching. We're gonna get it done. So where I left off was that we welded one off yesterday, and I want to go ahead and I'll show you in a minute here the tool that I use that I have gotten. It's called a deburring tool. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. I'll look it up. Anyways, it goes to the die grinder, and it gets these hard to reach places where the grinding wheel won't work, and it smooths it out really well, as you can see right here. Like I was saying, I'm not a professional welder, nor do I claim to be one, because obviously these welds are ugly. They're ugly. But let me clean the lens real quick. But they will get the job done. It just means for anybody that's doing this and you're just worried about them not being the prettiest, don't worry about them being the prettiest, because like I said, they're gonna get grounded down. The main point is, as long as that they hold the weld holds the chassis, and you're not the weld holds, and it's not like what I'm trying to say is it's not cracking on you. Because after a while, the flex of the car and the flex of the materials, it will crack, and it more than likely will cause it to pop out. So if your welds penetrate good enough, the rest will sort itself out. It just means there's going to be a lot more work to do, and obviously if you're good at welding, you're going to make this to where you have the minimum work to do afterwards. But I'm not a welder, and I don't ever claim to be one, so I'm not nowhere near good at laying these beads. I hope to get better at it, but right now it's just I'm trying to get this down as quick as possible. But anyways, enough rambling. My plan right now is to get from these strut towers forward, get everything that I need to get welded. I went ahead and yesterday and I welded some of these pieces, some of these holes. And so what I did, I had to cut a little, had a piece of scrap metal in there, and because it kept falling through and I couldn't get the bead to fill in all the way. So I had to put like a little piece of backing on the back. Totally cool. I'm not worried about it. As long as it fills in, that's all I care about. But like I said, my plan is to get from this end forward everything that I want to get welded, filled in, get it finished, and then proceed to the back end of the strut tower's back. The firewall is gonna be a pain. As I was discovering this yesterday, everything likes to catch on fire. The paint likes to catch on fire. Everything that you lay a bead on likes to catch on fire. So I'm going to have to figure something out, because last time we did this, we almost caught the car on fire, and it was fun. It wasn't funny at first, but it was funny afterwards. But it gets, if you're not paying attention, especially since I'm alone in the shop, it can get away. It can get away quick, and that's the last thing I want, is to catch this thing on fire. But nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and start. See if I can prep some of these. If I have, I think I do. I think I have enough scrap metal to where I can put some backing on the back and fill all these radiator holes, and I may have to take this off because I have a Chase Bay radiator tuck radiator that's gonna be underneath this, so this is probably gonna be in the way. But I kind of want to figure out, I don't know if I want to or not. We'll figure it out. We'll probably just prep it up later. I'm not really worried about that. I'm talking about the tabs for the radiator. It's probably gonna have to be sometime later on. I'm not really concerned about that right now. If anything, I can lay some rivets down and make a bracket and lay some rivets down, and that'll be the best. That'll be the end of that. But yeah, just keep watching. Alrighty, so I got this steel plate. You can find these at Walmart. I mean, not Walmart. Sorry, Lowe's. I got the. Now that I think about it, I should have gotten a little bit more thicker, but nonetheless. And I also have this scrap piece of metal here. Like I had mentioned before, for these little holes, it's gonna need a backing. I try to do it unless it's like this is like for a 10 millimeter. Unless it's for that, it will hold. It will create enough of a puddle to fill it in, but holes like these that don't have nothing in the back, or like a little rivet on the back end, on the bottom, it won't weld. The weld just goes straight through. It will create a bigger hole, and it's just, you know, it's not a good time. But I got this piece of metal right here that I had left out on the ground, and it should cover this hole, and this hole, and it should be enough to put it in there like that. And then obviously we'll have to find a piece for this and a piece for this. I'm keeping these because I don't know, I should probably cover these up too. Should I? What goes here? The fender. Yeah, the fender goes here. Probably have to cover these up. I have no use for these. Anyways, and so you'll need like a little piece of metal. Sorry for the mess. I just haven't had no time to clean. So like I was saying, you just need a little piece like this. Tack it, and then you should be able to fill it in. A lot more work, but it guarantees you not having to have the weld go in there. I know I need to get more grinding discs, but this is all I got as of right now. So we're gonna have to use this. Yeah, like I was saying, I went ahead yesterday and welded this plate, finished up welding this plate and that plate over there. Just try to get ahead of it. And I made the mistake of not cleaning the area, which in turn made it harder for that plate to weld. So remember, if you're gonna do this, to clean the areas that you're gonna be welding, because it makes it 10 times harder. Anyways, this was the tool that I was talking about. It's I forgot what it's called. I think it's a deburrer. I think that's what it's called. It's made out of tungsten, and it's meant for you to be able to get in these tight areas and grind down these spots, as you can see, right, like the weld. Because typically in your normal welding wheel, you're not going to be able to grind this off perfectly without puncturing the back end of this metal. So this is where this tool comes in handy. And I know this because when we originally did this, we had a lot of weld in these tight little corners, and I had a welder friend of mine explain to me that I needed this, and he let me borrow his, and so therefore that's how I know. But like I said, you can see already how I already tried to go in here, and you just got to go in here and it will clean up the welds, basically like a grinder made out of metal. Just got to be careful, wear eye protection, because the tiny pieces will sling up to your eyeballs. And it works 10 times better with a die grinder. This one has worked amazing. But we can go ahead and I'm gonna change this tip out, and we can go ahead and tack weld that piece. And sorry for the background noise. Like I've mentioned it before, I have chickens and they like to get all up in the business over here, and they're nosy as heck. But where did I leave those wrenches at? I thought I had them yesterday. Okay, anyways, I'll get back with y'all. Alrighty, so as you saw, I just did like a little quick, I just filled these in. What I did is I have this magnet, and so I just put the piece on top and just pry the piece with the magnet, since I don't have no vice grips to put it in there. And once you get it first tacked up, tendency it will hold, so you can take off the magnet, so it's not too bad. But I'm gonna grind these down just to show y'all what I was talking about. Just it doesn't have to look pretty, as long as it holds. And I'll show you what it looks like once you grind it down. It works 10 times better when you have a good grinding disc. Mine is all used. I need to go get some, but I'm gonna have to worry what I got, because I do not feel like going to Lowe's right now to go get some more. But yeah, let me just show you what it looks like afterwards, and then I'm gonna start cutting some pieces out of that metal. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill every hole in this radiator stand, and I'll get back with y'all when I get done. So I got all the spots that I wanted to get welded on the radiator support. It wasn't too hard, it was just I burned myself. That was my fault. Touching the thing with the gloves, be careful if you if you are planning on doing this to your own car, wear gloves, but the gloves only protect you for so long, so be careful when putting your fingers underneath there, because it will burn you. It burned me kind of, it didn't burn me too bad. Kind of used to them. The kind of work that I do, I get burned all the time, so it's not too bad, but be careful. Wear your PPE. Anyways, I'm gonna grind these down just to show y'all that it looks ugly, but you can make it look nice. And don't forget, this is not gonna be I'm not just gonna leave it grind it off and then, no, this gets body work. After all said and done, everything's grounded down, everything gets smoothed out. It gets Bondo on it, body filler. So whatever, if it's not fully, if it has like little pits and stuff, it should be fine. That's how I did the first time around, and it's honestly, you're not ever gonna see it. So we're gonna grind this down. I'm gonna show y'all how it's gonna look when it's grounded down. It's gonna look a lot better than when it looks. I've never welded with gas, a regular welder with gas, but if you weld it with flux cores, what this is, it's gasless. You just put it straight to your welder. Make sure the welder is capable of doing the flux core. That's why it looks incredibly ugly. And with flux core, you have a lot of splatter, which means a lot more work. It just looks ugly, but it works. But it just looks ugly. But I'm gonna go ahead and grind these down, and I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. Alrighty, so here I got it all grinded down, just enough to where it's level. Just a little tip for anybody that's doing this: when you're grinding this down, just be very careful. Usually when I grind it down, I just go off based off the surrounding material. Basically, when you're grinding down, and you start seeing that it starts to shave off the material around it, it means you're getting really close to the to level or flush to the metal, and you might want to start being more careful when you start grinding it down to when you get to that point, because you don't want to go too deep, because you can cut into the material, and you obviously don't want that. But just be mindful when you're doing it. This is what I was talking about. It doesn't have to be fully welded. Oh, that's not good. I have to refill that in. Anyways, it doesn't have to be fully welded. You don't have to fill it all the way in. It gets Bondo over it, and it's gonna cover all those pits. But yeah, I'm gonna continue doing this. I don't know if I want to weld these. This little, I've seen a lot of the guys that shave the S2000s, they do this. I don't know if I want to weld that, or do I want to fill it in with Bondo. I don't know if I want to do weld, because what I'm afraid of is that it's gonna blow through. So that's not what I'm wanting it to do. So I may just Bondo over it and let it be. But anywho, I think this is a good stopping point. I did what I wanted to do in regards to getting the front end finished. I don't have any grinding wheels, so I'm probably not going to grind none of the welds off of this other plate or this plate. Anywho, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. To the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing, and for the old ones, thank you for watching. Hopefully we can get more subscribers. But it doesn't matter. I'm not doing it for all that. I'm doing it to share to anybody that's doing this, that it's okay. You don't have to pay shops thousands of dollars if you don't got it. You can do it yourself. It's got to put a little bit more work into it, but it's totally fine. Like I've said before in my first few videos, this is not a SEMA build, so do not expect it to be professional, because it's not gonna ever be professional. I like to do a lot of things on my own because I like to learn. So if you're watching this to be to criticize or to be like, oh, that's not the right way to do it, hey, trust me, I know it's probably not the right way to do it, but it's my way to do it. And if it helps anybody else to do it, then hey, my videos were useful. Anyways, enough of that. Thank you for subscribing. Probably was the next one I had off camera because it's too much, and I don't know if anybody wants to watch me weld these plates. Anyways, but that's we'll see when we get to the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios.